Good afternoon. It's April 20th, 2023, and today we really had a range day. Um, just pretty tough price action today and yesterday. Not a whole lot of setups, and the ones that did look like setups were traps, and uh, yeah, that's really all there is to it. And on top of that, it's a range day, so very confusing. We'll take a look and I'll try and get through this pretty quickly. There's a decent amount of volume today, so um, this looked like a channel down off these highs. You can see that, but it didn't really help you a whole lot. You do get a break and a move to a new low, and then it reverses. And I don't see any setups in here, unfortunately. And then we start to trend higher. Not sure if this is the trend. I mean, we didn't make a new high really, so it's probably something more like this or like this. Uh, but I don't think there's anything. I mean, this kind of looks like a two-legged pullback, so maybe you take that. Uh, this this did look like a range to me. You can see some congestion over here, and then we make this move down, and you can see the midline held prices or prices responded to it a few times. So I think this is a range, but this is hard to look at that way. We get a break, move to a new high, and you get this lower high really. So maybe if you're playing this like a range, maybe you take that. It also looks like a second entry short and a failed second entry long. So there's reasons to like that trade um, there. So we get a touch of this trend line down here, and then we get confirmation of it right here. But shortly after we get confirmation, we get this break. And, I didn't even see this. You get a second entry right there. So if you have room, you would want to make sure there's room to this trend line, 50-50. You got about 4 ticks there to this larger trend channel. And I mean, at this point, I'd be looking at it like the bias is down, and we're in a downtrend right here. So second entry, I mean, you might take that. You can see, though, it gaps right over this larger trend channel before going higher. So maybe you take that one. Boom, you get a reversal up here. I mean, but we didn't get a new low from this channel, so maybe it's just a failed second entry short right there. Super bullish bar. I like that to test these highs, especially since we broke out of this price level and tested it and bounced off it. But when we get a break of that, it's just sideways stuff. Very congested. Here's a second entry long that traps those people. The signal bar is no good, but yeah. So you got a third entry right here before it bounces. So you can't take that. And if you took this short, which looks like a nice failure, I think if you went on the engulfing bar, which I don't see why you would, 57.75. Yeah, you get about 7 ticks there. So you only would hit your target if you went for 6 ticks. Come up here, you get this like triple top, sells off. People like that for some reason. Probably because we have a breakdown here and a break of this channel and a move to a new high. So anyway, you get a second entry right here. You get the signal bar is no good though, but then you get a failure right here. I mean, looks pretty good to me, but we're going sideways. By the way, there's another gap over the trend channel right there. Saw those yesterday too. Get a break of this khaki channel. You get a double test up here. Maybe you take that good signal bar, but I mean, it's just to me, you don't really know what's happening. I like that because it's near these highs. You can see a lot of people did like it, and we get this double test down here. No new low from this khaki channel. We just reverse out of there. First entry failed, second entry short right here. But that's in congestion. You're going into these highs, so I'm not crazy about it. And then we get a break of this and a new channel, and this is a very strong channel. So maybe you take an aggressive entry in here, but you don't really get an opportunity to. This kind of looks like a two-legged pullback to the EMA. Maybe you take that. A lot of gaps on this chart. A lot of places where the prices were gapping, going sideways, and then we sell off. First entry failed, second entry long. First entry, second entry, and it just no signal bar. Then you get a lower high off this trend channel. That's not a setup though. And we just keep going down, get a slight overshoot that leads to a break. This is a first entry, or else if it was a second entry, you could take it. Kind of make a double bottom here, and first entry, second entry, and that's a double test. So this looks good, but they just trap people. And they trap people who aren't drawing the short-term trend channel. You can see you're going straight into that. And we come up here, and then it sells off. And you get a failure that's off this trend channel, but it's way away from the EMA, and you're going into new lows. And that's really all I see today. This is so much overlap here, and then there's a rally, and then you get a third entry off the EMA. There's no setups, really tough price action, lots of traps. I've been looking at these charts almost 3 years now. These are really tough days. It's like the uptrend days where you don't get a lot of setups, and then these days where it's just like choppy and trappy, and yeah, that's it. But with more years of experience, it won't be a problem. So hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.